chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Murder beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
What I do? Lace up my shoes, chase W's. Great colored coops. Oh no, I can't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable. They sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I done grabbed a few. Can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze. Freeze. Stop you in your tracks. It's not no preseason. We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up. Forget it, might as well forfeit. Your team shouldn't even show up. What you wanna be when you grow up? They used to ask me. Naturally, I chose an athlete. Competition never matched me. We ain't go together like camouflage and poke.
Okay, Coach, we are just west of downtown Denver off of I-25 at Empower Field at Mile High. Just a short time ago, sounds loud enough to reverberate across the Rockies. They're ready for football in Denver as the Broncos get set to do battle with Derek Carr and the Oakland Raiders. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season, Week 17, is underway. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Come on, fellas. Come on, set. Choose it, choose the mic. Okay, double up.
Now the young man who was a Pro Bowler as an undrafted rookie, it's Phillip Lindsay. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. This will go for 5 up to the 33.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2.
Watch the boot.
They'll try and run for it with Lindsay. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Phillip Lindsay with his 16th touchdown of the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. And maybe starting the campaign for another Offensive Player of the Week award in the AFC.
Yeah, strike up the band, right? They're going to lead him along, and the band being that offensive line, he's locked into the rhythm of what they're doing up front, and he's definitely off to that great start, a second straight week.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Brushing off defenders. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets his football out shy of the 30 to the 29. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
Let's put that team on the bus.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. To throw, it's caught. It's a screen to Richard. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Duke Dawson picks it. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
It's the linebacker, Manti Te'o, on the stop.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
That's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 2. 3 bucks.
On 3rd down, here's Lindsey. He's got the first down and more past midfield. 30, 10, and all the way home for a Bronco score. Philip Lindsey, his 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. And he'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Now Carr.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. The former first-round pick, Kareem Jackson, there defensively. So they take a big chance here in their own territory, and you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room?
Yeah.
Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter. I mean, what's going on here? You owe some explanations.
A good pick up there of 20 yards.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people have to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
They'll run with Lindsey. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Philip Lindsey doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter. And the Broncos push further out in front. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half. Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Throwing now is Carr. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Bradley Chubb in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it could be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Jackson from the shotgun. That's complete to White. He's at the 40, the 20, 10, and all the way home for a Broncos score. Kevin White, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Broncos push further out in front. Now, first quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing, and that team can't get the ball over half court. I mean, it is stealing it and scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over them.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
The Raiders on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 9. On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 12 yards that time at an Oakland first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On second down, Jacobs. Justin Simmons up from his safety spot to make the tackle. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Broncos are going to get it at the 20. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. He's going to float this over the middle. And that's caught inside the 30. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Marcus Johnson, his 21st touchdown of the season, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. McManus's point after is good, and a rout is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups, check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 22 yards there, a first down. On first down, it's Jacobs. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, second down. Now they'll throw with Carr. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Counter play with Jacobs.
That was well coached and even better executed, because you saw him looking for the cutback lane, never materialized, and had excellent pursuit to stack that play up.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. Online, but off the crossbar, no good. A long-range effort denied 3 points at the very end. All things considered, a pretty good kick, just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck, and unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 40. Into heavy traffic and a It's intercepted. Picked off by Gary and Conley. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. They were looking for Johnson that time. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. On 2nd down now, it's Jacobs. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
Oh, yeah. And here we go again.
They'll run on 1st down. Jacobs. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Focus, defense, focus.
To throw his car. That's going to be caught by Williams for a Raiders touchdown. Tyrell Williams in the final seconds of the 1st half as they are now on the board here in the 1st half. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will get them one closer. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And wow, the fair catch was signaled for and taken inside the 5-yard line. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Here we go. Switch.
They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the 1st half of play. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the 2nd half of Week 17 is underway. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he's got the 1st as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. On 1st down, it's Jacobs. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. On 2nd down, it's Jacobs. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
On 3rd down, Jacobs.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them?
He's got a man, complete. A huge play there for Denver. 41 yards.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
On 2nd and 7, Jackson. He's got White here. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Kevin White, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point from McManus is good, and the lead will swell by 1 more. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else. Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one going the wrong direction. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that's going to make it 4th down. Allen on the punt as he gets this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Johnson the intended target, and it's 2nd down. Jackson now. Throwing again. He's going to air one out. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A gain of 37. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ball game.
Switch. Check, 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 check.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Johnson was the intended receiver. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Welcome back now to Denver. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided. And I don't know if he made it out of the end zone. No signal. Yes, it's a safety. things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I enjoy.
Share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Gary and Conley. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But, boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
Richard. And an alley to run. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one good for 33 and a first. Boy, the offensive line there, that was a thing of beauty to watch them block.
I love how you give a little appreciation for those big guys up front, and well-deserved. But how about the execution behind them? You can see the hours of practice that have gone into it. Great pocket by the running back. Quarterback puts it right in the perfect spot. Great mesh point by them. The timing on point. The run even better.
They try and run on first down, but to no avail. Tackled for a 2-yard loss in the backfield. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. Carr gives to Richard. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad. The Raiders on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Now a carry for Jacobs. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
They'll run on first down. Lindsey. Tyre Whitehead, top 10 in tackles last year, up to make the play. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger.
It's caught at the 10. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it to the end zone, but it's incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time, but it'll be 2nd and goal. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter.
Let's go! Let's go!
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Denver, it's an 11th win of the year as they'll finish the regular season at 11-5. And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead.